Oh yeah, let's get this profile running. The great Sloki, Sloki Waff on Instagram. I will link to all this, his profiles, like now in this profile segment. And he responded to my call, even though he was moving houses as he was recording it for you. So thank you very much for your time. And without too much further ado, we start with a first question. Oh, I can show you. This is Sloki. Is the alias of Cairo-born, London-bred music producer Marwan El Menavi. Anyway, he will introduce himself because the first question is, like always, who are you and what kind of music do you do? So here is his answer. Enjoy.
My name's Marwan. Or Sloki. I was. God, it's always so hard to talk about yourself. Born in Egypt, raised in London. I've been playing music for around 20 years now. I started producing back in 2006 when I was working at a radio station and I was making jingles. And I was doing it on Sony Acid Pro, and my God, it was terrible now I think about it. But back then, it was the coolest thing in the world, and it just got me hooked, really. What kind of music do I make? I have no idea. Heavy music? Is that a thing? EBM? I've heard that's a thing, isn't it? I don't know. I just like to make something that has a groove, that's heavy, that I want to listen to. You tell me, because I have no idea.
Your artist name is Lomac. What's the reason behind that?
Honestly, throughout any musical thing I've ever done, my least favourite part, or one of my least favourite parts, is always coming up with names for things, whether it be the band or the project or the song or the album or any of that. Just hate coming up with names. And there was an inside joke one time, I don't even remember what the context was, but something about Thor and Loki's stupid brother Sloki, and it just rolled off the tongue, and I went with that.
From which bands and artists did you get inspired?
Related to this project specifically, I'd probably say, on the electronic side of it, Massive Attack. I mean, they're probably my biggest influence when it comes to most things. Black Sun Empire, Noisia, Xaphelstein, and then you've got Black Label Society, you've got Pantera, the kind of like the thrashy but groovy type stuff, you know what I mean? That's just specific to this project though, because I can't exactly say Jamiroquai or Elton John, although they've probably had some part in it.
Can we see you live? I mean, performing live in this upcoming year?
I am hoping to perform live soon at some point, but life gets in the way, doesn't it? But it's definitely on the cards. I've actually been working on a live set, just breaking down my songs, adding some new ones, and then just kind of improvising, really.
Do you perform your music live? And if so, with other musicians, or do you do it alone?
Honestly, I have every intention to. My friend keeps telling me to do it as well. And I really, really want to, but I just haven't found the time, but I will. I will get around to it. I will make time for it because I do enjoy playing live. So maybe towards the end of the year.
Which bands and artists are you, Mr. Lomac, are listening to?
Honestly, it changes day to day. I think my favorite discovery, well, last year now, was Straight Razor, and when I found out as well he was in Inglorious Bastards, that was just like a cherry on the cake on top. But yeah, no, that second EP he did is so good. Well worth listening to if you haven't. Honestly, I have.
With whom would you like to share the stage, or would open for, or kind of be in the same on the same festival, dead or alive? If you could freely choose, who would it be?
Honestly, I'd love to share the stage with someone like Behemoth specifically, um, just because I think like bringing sort of like a really heavy, powerful, electronic, industrial element into their music would be really cool. And the theatrics of it all and everything. Like, I'm not sure I'd want to wear corpse paint or any of that, but the music side of it, yeah, I think that would be really good.
Was there any funny mishap as you were performing live, or as you were on the road to a gig, or in the studio? Something funny? What happened? What you would like to share with the audience? Anything? I mean, not too juicy. What you can share?
Um, it's my first ever concert I played. I was playing guitar. We were doing Korn and Slipknot covers, and I must have been about 14, I think, around 14. Anyway, I've only been playing guitar for like a couple of months, and I tore a string on stage. And so the singer, he was trying to be helpful, to be fair. He just called out into the crowd on the mic, um, guys, does anybody have a spare G string? Mod 1 tore his G string. Somebody please, if you have a G string, bring it up here so we can give it to Mod 1. I think about it now, he definitely knew what he was doing. But yeah, that was embarrassing.
So, what can we expect from you in the year ahead? In terms of new music and video productions. Let us know.
Really slow start this year because, well, like I said, life gets in the way. But I've been back on it for a few weeks now. I've almost got a track done, and I've got a few others that are in that. Um, I'm gonna save it, and then maybe I'll come back to it one day. Maybe it's in the thousands of others that I say I'm gonna do the same, but I don't. I did spend a lot of time this year kind of learning a lot more about kind of synthesis and all that stuff, mainly through modular. Like I properly got obsessed with it this year. It's probably the nerdiest hobby I've ever gotten into, but it's so much fun. You learn so much, and so much of my new music, or like, well, parts of it, I guess. Samples, weird effects, stupidly heavy bass lines, all of that. Like, it'd be really hard to recreate, just because they're, what do you call them, happy accidents or whatever. It's a massive time sink, a even bigger money sink, but it's good fun. It's good fun. You learn a lot. Anyway, point is, all of that kind of leads back to all the stuff I've been doing, and hopefully my next release/releases are going to be a lot better than the last one. I really liked the last one. So yeah. Video content. I've always wanted to make a music video, and I do have a few friends that are into it and like into movie making and stuff like that. And it would be, yeah, that's an idea. Might look into that.